Hi everyone. Hi. Today what we're going to have a go at doing is making a real simple experiment to make cloud dough. Now I've made some earlier. Here's some pink cloud dough that we've made. It looks like this, and you can squish it. It's nice and soft and powdery. I probably could add a little bit more conditioner into this one, but anyway, that's my pink one. And I thought what I would do, because that was my tester, make some blue. And what we're going to do today is you can have a go at trying to do this at home because it's really, really simple with your brother or sister and mum and dad supervising or your grandparents supervising. And then tomorrow or the next day, we will use what we've done today to make a report, instructional information report, an instructional recipe pretty much. So what do we need? Okay, the utensils or the equipment that we need will be a bowl and pretty much a measuring cup. That's it. That's what we need for our hands. So our hands are going to be used for this. No more equipment is needed, but the ingredients that we need would be conditioner, cheap hair conditioner. This is the only one I've got in my house at the moment, so that's what I'm going to use. I didn't go to the shop to buy it. I just went and got that out of the cupboard. Also, if you've got food colouring, you don't need to put food colouring in. Sometimes the conditioner is already coloured, so you won't need to add it, but I'm going to add some blue because my conditioner is actually white, some blue colouring, and corn flour. That's pretty much it. That's all we need to use to make this, and our hands are going to be to mix it together. Now, if your parents want to, you don't get the smell you like, if your parents have some essential oils like lavender, they can add that in, but the conditioner already has a beautiful smell anyway, so I'm not going to add any of that. It's pretty simple for me. So the first thing we do is to get our measuring cup, and I'm going to measure out 1 cup, just one, so we don't make too much. And then if you want to, you can make out another one, so you can have different colours if you want. Okay, so 1 heaped cup, here it is, 1 heaped cup of corn flour. Here it is, it's going in. That's all I'm going to use. I'm not going to use any more, just so that I've got enough to make other colours. Then I'm going to add straight away the food colouring, because I think if you need more, and I'm just putting some, I want it really nice and blue for us. We add that in now, then if we have to, we can add a little bit more corn flour. We want a consistency that's not too sticky. It shouldn't stick to our hands, but it's not crummy either. So that's what we're trying to mix it with. And then all I need to do is add my conditioner. So I'm not measuring this out. I'm just going to squeeze it in a little bit at a time. Then I'm going to mix that about, get my hands into it. It does take a bit. You feel like it's not doing anything to start with. Just keep mixing it in. Now my hands are starting to turn blue, but that's okay. Can you see the mixture starting to get mixed together? Just adding a little bit of conditioner to start with, just to make sure. So at the moment it's very, very crummy, and that's what's happening to my hands. That's a little bit crummy. Okay. And this is why you can't really measure out the conditioner, because with the conditioner itself, you just don't know how much you're going to need. Depends on the type of corn flour you've got and also how much is in there. Now we've put in 1 cup, so we'll add some more now. Just squirting it in. I'll show you what that looks like as I've squirted it in, like that. Just going to move that around. Now we're getting there. Now at the moment it's like that in my hands. I'm just going to keep joining it up to the corn flour. Get both of my hands in now. And we call this kneading the dough. It's almost like you do when you make scones. Just going to knead my corn flour. It's starting to smell really beautiful. Get this off. I might need a little bit more conditioner. Let's just see how this goes. Oh, it's all falling out now. I'll just pick that up. Now, with this, once you've made it, it can last up to 2 or 3 weeks, provided that every single time before you play with it, you wash your hands. And I would suggest you sing happy birthday 3 times, not 2 times, because the last thing you want is to put the contamination into the cloud dough and then you waste it and then you have to throw it out. So this will last a couple of weeks in an airtight container. So if you have a look at what I've got right now, can you see how it's still a little bit crummy? So I need a little bit more conditioner, but not too much. So I'm being very gentle with it now because I don't want to overdo it. Okay. And in a minute, I'll tip it out and show you what it's going to look like on the board. Well, I think I still need a little bit more. It's still a bit crummy. Yep, still too crummy for me. So this is what I've got right now. Still a bit too crummy. It is sticking to my hands, but that's because that's got lots of conditioner in it. And I want to get a consistency where I have it not sticking to my hands. Wait a second, nearly there. Might just mix that in because I don't want to add too much. Okay. Next, I'm going to add a little bit more. Nearly there. Okay, so you can see why I added the colouring in first, because if I added the colouring at the end, it would become too much. Nearly there. Oh, this is getting better. Nearly there. Nearly got my dough. No, still a little bit more. Oh, I don't want to add too much. Aha. Now it's sticking together. It's getting there. Okay. Now I'm going to pull it all out. Stick that on there. Okay, so now it's out of my bowl. Yes, it's kind of stuck to my hands, but now I can knead it on my clean bench that I cleaned beforehand to get the consistency right. Now you can see it, look. Now we're getting, add all of this to it. Take it off my fingers. Add it to it. Mix it all in. Okay, so here it is, our cloud dough, and it smells beautiful and it feels like goop and yummy. Now, you're going to have conditioner on your hands, so when you wash your hands in the water after it, it actually already has the soap in it, so it's pretty cool with that too. Okay, so there we have it. There's our cloud dough. Now I've got that cloud dough and I've got my pink, which I'm not going to mix, but there's my pink one that I mixed earlier. And now you can play with that with your clean hands. If you put in an empty butter container with a lid on it, or a container that you can keep it nice and airtight, it'll be ready for you anytime. So have fun. Make this with mum and dad or grandma or grandpa or whoever the adult is that's looking after you at home. And we will come back in a day tomorrow and we're going to write a procedure, informational procedure on how to make cloud dough. Bye.